No intro. The intro just completely skipped, but you better recognize it's the lowdown, and we got more than just D'Lo tonight. I'm Derek
Damn
Sabato. I
right.
am here with the world's strongest man, the Hall of Famer, the master of the Hall of Pain, Mark Henry. Mark, how you doing today?
I'm happy, man. I almost said something crass. Uh, I'm happy and a fat kid in the candy store.
There you go.
We're starting off hot. And if you guys only knew what was going on before we hit record, but we're here live on podcastheatwrestling.com. We're here on the internet as well. We're on live on X. So if you do have comments and questions, we can't see them on X. You got to hop over to the live stream on YouTube. But super chats go to the front of the line. We want to answer all your questions. Hop in the chat now with us. Mark, we got a poll already up. What is your favorite moment of Mark Henry's career? 3 choices. Number 1 is sexual chocolate.
Wow, we're going to have to hold that to the end.
No, well, I want them to vote now. So we got sexual chocolate, we got winning the world title, and the John Cena retirement swerve. So get your votes in now. Hop on in there. Make sure that you're clicking, and we will get to that at the end of the program. But first, Mark, you might be the busiest guy in professional wrestling media. What aren't you doing?
Yeah, that'll be an easier question. Making $1 million a year doing it is what I'm not doing.
Okay.
Okay.
What I mean, I should be with all the work that I'm doing and willing to do. See, some people, they complain about work like it's a problem. I believe work is a birthright. I mean, I believe that you should be trying to go get a job. You should be trying to stay busy.
Well, speaking of staying busy, there's no one busier than you, but
you want to hear my daily 5, like Monday through Friday. I'm not even going to talk about cons on the weekend or a weekend where my daughter is wrestling at the championship or a national tournament, because she's a state champion wrestler and a national participant at the nationals in wrestling. Man, Monday through Friday, I get up every Monday through Friday, 5 a.m., go and do prep for my morning sports show, because I do sports on iHeartRadio.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from 7 to 9 a.m., really 10, because we have to do post and edits and commercials and stuff for the next day. And we do that all Monday through Friday. On Mondays, I do Busted Open, Off the Ropes, or excuse me, Pro Wrestling 24/7, because we're a channel now, 24 hours a day. Me and Jonathan Coachman do a show from 1 to 3, and then the real work starts. Like I start helping train my daughter and working with Mark Henry Strong Kids, my youth program here in Austin. And we just did a Strong Kid event at All Caribbean Wrestling, which I'm one of the owners of, here in the Bahamas recently. And then on Friday, with all of the 15 hours of wrestling I watch Monday through Saturday, I do 2 shows, one on SmackDown After Dark from 9 to 10 p.m. Central Standard, and on Saturday morning from 8 to 11 Central Standard. So that's my week, every week. So and that's not the extras.
I've always said I'd rather be tired from working too much than sick and tired of sitting at home. And you hold up that principle. Or broke, because I ain't going back to being broke.
You don't want me broke. Y'all better pay me.
I've seen you hungry.
Me on the business end of the shotty. That's
I've seen you hungry, man. I ain't gonna hold it back.
What do you two remember the first time you met each other?
Damn.
I do. D-Lo, you want to say hi to somebody?
Hi. Who is it?
Uh-oh.
Hold on a second. I want you to say hi to somebody.
Are we getting a live?
It's D-Lo. See, anytime that me and you get on the phone, I always try to, either Jana's here or I'll like put you on FaceTime.
Yes.
So she's in Ohio because her mother recently, unfortunately, passed. And she's handling family affairs and stuff. And
you loved her some T-Lo. Hold on.
you remember my mother-in-law when you used to come and stay at the condo.
Covington. Yeah, in Covington.
In Covington, yeah.
Yes.
Where's T-Lo? Hi.
Jana, what you doing? Hi. Everybody watching the podcast, give me a second. How you doing, beautiful? I miss you and I love you.
Hey,
you look just handsome in middle age.
Ain't she's still hot, D-Lo.
But she's beautiful, and I'm becoming a silver fox, so we working it.
Hey, look at this gray, D-Lo. See, I had that Just for Men in there during SummerSlam.
Get rid of that stuff, man. No, go silver.
Let me finish this podcast, man.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm so happy to see his face.
I'll tell him.
Squeeze his cheeks like yours. Love y'all.
Bye.
Now, full disclosure, you can see how you can see how we are family. Like, this is nothing. This is what we do. This is why the Nation was so successful. This is why Mark and D-Lo together were so successful, because we weren't two wrestlers thrown together. We was friends, and we got to be friends on TV. Right. And that's what made it so good and connected, is because this is how we've been for 30 years, right here.
See, also, that it was luck, too. He talked about the first time y'all met. We met because we both worked for the same company.
Yes.
But we really got to know each other because of Ron Simmons. Because Ron used to come up to everybody, and he became Ernie Ladd when Ernie Ladd left.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically was like, listen, black man, the rules for engagement is not the same for you as it is for everybody else. This is what you're going to have to do for longevity. Yes. First off, you need to know your role.
Know your role. Know your role.
Know your role. Everybody think The Rock. Everybody think it was The Rock that started to know your role.
Mm-mm.
It was Ron. Rock just made it famous.
Yeah, that was Know Your Role was something we heard in the car, on the planes, checking in the hotels. You talk Know Your Role.
Know your role.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And I've said it before, Ron became the mentor to both of us.
Yeah.
Because we was young black men in a company, and we was one of just a few. And he wanted
7.
7. So
there
he
was
wanted
7 black wrestlers on TV.
And he wanted that number he wanted that number to grow. And he wanted good examples in the locker room so there could be more of us in the locker room. And Mark, I'm gonna tell you what Ron fostered and we helped build. You look at that locker room now,
there's like 38.
Absolutely amazing.
And that's just in WWE. On Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. There's probably at least 20, 25 at AEW, 20. Yep. And then around the world, D-Lo, I'm going to send both to Derek. I'm going to send y'all both a link. There's a guy, golly, what's his name? His name going to come to me. But he made the BWI, the Black Wrestling 500.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he listed all 500 black wrestlers that are active wrestlers today. And there was, the order was suspect, and I sent him a message and said, hey man, ain't no way Shelton is 125.
No.
You better put Shelton in the top 10.
No.
He's been around for 25 years. How you gonna put that dude way down there? And you got, like, I love him to death. but you got hamburger in front of him.
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
You jipping him out of his cheese, Mark.
I'm sorry, Cheese. That's my guy. Hey, I love that guy. So it's like we will work on that. But getting back to the matter at hand, like we needed to make a good impression, and it wasn't like we were acting or we were being hospitable and respectful and educated because it was some kind of front.
No, we're being us.
We got to be us.
Yes.
And good humans is better than being a color. We all the human race, but we just come from different ethnicities, some of the 12 families around this planet. And that's 12 is not a lot of people.
No.
You just evolved in a different continent, and you know the melanin is the for the heat, the wide nose is to breathe the air, the long hair in the Arctic and Iceland is to cover the ears and to keep you warm. Like everybody have genetic traits to evolve you from your environment. We are environmental people, all of us. And don't make me get scientific on your ass because I'll do it. I'll do it, D-Lo.
Let's not try to solve world problems. Let's just stick to the most important thing is wrestling. Wrestling, boys.
Now that you bring that up, I do want to ask, because I saw a stat online the other day that I thought was interesting, and that the last black performer on a WWE pay-per-view to have a singles match was Snoop Dogg. Now, not counting NXT PLEs, but Snoop Dogg, when he stepped in when Shane McMahon blew his knee out to punch The Miz in the face at WrestleMania. That was the last singles match on a PLE for a black performer. Is that, where do you guys stand on that, and what are your thoughts on that?
Man, I'm going to tell you what Ernie Ladd said, and I'm going to tell you what Ron said. We're in a business where the majority of the people are Anglo, and the business is going to cater to the largest audience. If you want things to change, go buy a damn ticket. Black, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, like Polynesian, whatever. Call everybody on social media. Hey, we want more shows in California. If it's in a Hispanic area, get all the Chamber of Commerce, and say, look, WWE, we gathered, we already pre-sold 5,000 tickets. We want a show here.
Right.
You watch what happened. You'll get a show next week.
I believe wrestling is catered to the audience that's watching it.
Audience,
so if you want more black performers or more red performers or more green performers, those people in those demographics need to buy tickets and represent in the audience.
Go to a show in Atlanta. Go to a show in Philadelphia.
Houston.
The crowds are full of black people.
Yep.
Because they love and respect the industry, and they willing to spend their hard-earned dollars to come and be entertained.
Was it a big deal for both of you to see Swerve get the AEW title?
Man, made my heart warm.
One of the coolest things about Swerve getting the AEW World title, they never said the first black AEW World Champion. They just said World Champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's to me is knowing that people of color have arrived, is when you don't have to point out when what they do is new. It is just normal. And when Swerve as a black world champion was just called the world champion, my heart grew 5 times that day, because just seeing him hold that title above his head, no different than watching Kofi Kingston win it, and no different than me being in Baltimore, Maryland when Ron Simmons won it. It is an amazing moment, and I'm proud for him as an entertainer, as a performer, as a talent, and as a wrestler, that he got to attain the dream of being world champion.
Yeah, man.
Who does the better Ron Simmons between the two of you?
Probably me.
Come on. No, that's me.
So you're playing. You don't know your role. If I tell you once, I told you 1,000 times. If I raise my hand up and I bring it down, somebody gonna get the hell beat out of them. You understand me?
All right, I tap out. You got me.
Shit.
Did you guys see what Danhausen did with Ron and JBL this weekend yet?
No, I did not.
No,
man.
I did not.
Please tell me.
I will send it to both of you. So Danhausen does his shtick. He's trying to pay JBL and Ron Simmons, and he walks up to him and he goes, "Ass pounding agency, APA, you guys, I'll pay you money to go beat up the ass boys." So he goes through the whole spiel. He gets to the end. They don't take his money. They go to walk away. And Ron's sitting there, and JBL's waiting for the damn. And Ron goes, "That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life." And JBL loses it on camera and goes, "I thought you were going to say damn." He's like, "No, that was the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life." I will send it to both of you.
Please.
We're done this.
Please.
But it was just, you see it in his face, and we're all waiting for the punchline, and he just threw the swerve at him, and JBL lost his goddamn mind. Like, it was.
I can't wait to see it. I gotta see it.
It was perfect.
Hey, and Danhausen is one of my favorite entertainers in wrestling. Like,
super entertaining.
The whole stick, the whole everything. Like, as soon as you see him, he puts you in suspended belief. It's like Santino. Like, those are two people that they can go out and wrestle any night and I'll watch, because they take my mind off the world and all I see is the wrestling and this guy doing it.
They get it.
They get it. He gets it. He gets it.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting it, you guys are 2 of 7 black wrestlers in the WWF, and then all of a sudden you guys are in the Nation together. What did that mean for both of you?
It meant that we had a lot of nights off.
Yes.
That's what it meant.
Yes. It was.
We probably worked together about 120, 150 nights a year. And those were the nights where it was a night off. Yeah. But like the days where it was, dealing with the not being over and having to, go out there and play the role and not get loved and respected for it. Just good job, guys. And then they go to the other guy and, "Hey man, like, you're saving the business." It gets old, and it used to get old. And then for whatever reason, about a year after the Nation broke up, D-Lo started rolling. I started rolling, and then we was able to bring it back together again when I started with Mae Young. Yeah, and I had D-Lo yeah, man. I had D-Lo be my valet driver, my limo driver.
With the date for China.
Yeah. And like, so it was like, man, it was like the relationship that never ended. And even when wrestling was over for both of us, D-Lo still wrestles. So I can't say for both of us. When wrestling was over for me, man, I felt complete. I felt like I did everything that I ever wanted to do. And this is all coming from a kid that was a fan that used to go and try to reach out and touch the wrestlers with my granny. And like, I just lived a dream life. Like it's hard to put it in other words. And I want other people to experience what me and D-Lo got to experience.
That's the important part, and that's why we both given back in terms of teaching today and getting into offices with companies, because we want to give that same opportunity to other young wrestlers who want to experience that same thing. And now for me, being part of the Nation, it was the craziest thing in the world, because I grew up idolizing Ron Simmons. I was in Baltimore, Maryland the night he won the world title. And then 3 years later, I'm standing in that exact same building in a ring, standing next to him.
Pointing at the chairs. Pointing
at the chair where I was sitting. And to have Ron as this force field around you in this business where you don't know all the ins and outs, but to be protected by Ron, because there's a term that Ron is that I can't say here because it's not PG, but you don't mess with Ron. And Ron has this shield around him. And we got protected. We got cultivated. We got educated, and we were taught the ways of the business, and it would have taken us 10 plus more years to learn stuff. But the fact that we were standing next to Ron Simmons, we got an expedited education in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And I am
everybody
grateful.
in the nation succeeded after the nation was over.
Yes.
Everybody. 100%.
Where
does that happen? In what world does that happen?
Last week about telling Ron Simmons in Baltimore, and then about the fight with Ahmed Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
That was the best.
Mark was there. Mark was in the room when it happened.
Hey, and it wasn't even D-Lo wasn't even the one that started it.
No.
I would look, I would if it was me, then it would have been the fact that I got tired of his shit and I just jumped him. It would have been my fault. But I was sitting there minding my own business, laughing because Triple H was the one that was like, hey, I don't mean no disrespect, but what did you say? And Ahmed said it again. He said, I'm telling you, everybody gonna, somebody gonna get moped. And he said, what? Because Ahmed, when he got hyped up, he talked real fast, and you couldn't really understand him sometimes. And, I'm black as coal, and I couldn't understand it. And like you get there, and Hunter, in his blue blood way, said, "Excuse me, I'm not trying to like start no shit with you, Ahmed. Like, can you say it again, please? Because I didn't get it." And he leaned in like this, and he said, "I'll tell you, motherfucker, go get smoked." And D-Lo's infinite wisdom, D-Lo says, "Okay, guys, nobody's moking nobody." And Ahmed got hot. And he said, "What you say?" And he started walking toward D-Lo, and I went, "Oh shit!" And he picked up a can, like a paint can, because they spray paint the post and stuff. And he swung at D-Lo, and D-Lo ducked, and it was like everything was in slow motion. No, D-Lo. And D-Lo double-legged him. Boom. D-Lo wrestled in college. He double-legged. He played football and wrestled in college. He double-legged him and then got him in a rear naked and was finna choke the shit out of him. And that's when all the boys broke it all up. And that's all it was. It wasn't no punches thrown.
There was no punches.
It wasn't really a fight. It was just another man that was better fighter than you abusing somebody that didn't know how to fight. That's all it was. And it was all comical. We were all laughing. D-Lo wasn't even breathing heavy. He was like, I don't know why he threw a punch at me. And I was like, you was just in a fight. Man, that wasn't no fight.
I mean, I got to ask. 5.3 million people on YouTube have seen your conversation about when you went to kill Shawn Michaels and Hunter.
Yes.
So out of what was more of a fight, D-Lo and Ahmed, or you getting talked off the ledge from snapping Shawn and Hunter?
Man, but that wasn't a fight, because hold on, Mark.
I had a broke leg.
That wasn't a fight, because if it was a fight, we would never know who Shawn Michaels was again, because Mark would have broke him in half. The whole thing this past summer was 1,000 people versus a gorilla. It's 1,000 gorillas versus Mark Henry, and the gorillas don't stand a chance.
I poke all them fuckers in the eye. You get an eye poke, and you get an eye poke.
Yes.
No, the whole thing was blown way out of proportion. I thought, like, I broke my ankle. I had 3 pins in my ankle. I was pissed. And somebody hid my crutches. It was like, you know, the ribbon. Like in wrestling, there's a culture of playing ha-ha with people when it's a serious situation.
Mm-hmm.
So my crutches come up missing, and it just so happens that they've told Sean, and Sean came to me, and he was like, "Hey, big fella, man, like somebody took your crutches?" And I was like, "Listen, dude, you are too little to be talking shit to me. I will swallow your asshole." And then Sid was, God rest his soul, was standing behind him, breathing all heavy. And he the one got me hot because him and the clique guys, the rest of everybody else, Hall, Nash, they was just real cool, like, damn, man, relax, you know, like telling me to cool out. But Sid was making me angry because he was like he was gonna do something. I said, man, you breathing all heavy and shit. When my leg heal up, I'm gonna make you run like a scalded dog. You're gonna run from me and beg for your life. You're gonna beg for it. And everybody here that's watching this, I want y'all to know, throw a punch at me now, because this is the only chance you're gonna get. And then Sean said something like, hey, man, you got. I said, man, shut the fuck up. I said, I'll kill you, man. I said, you're a little bitty dude. You don't even realize how much danger you're in just standing this close to me. Sean went straight to Vince. He's like, hey, man, that dude is fucking crazy. He's threatening to kill me. And it wasn't even Sean's fault. It was my youthful ignorance.
Right.
I got so angry that I wanted everybody to melt like a candle. And it was Paul Bearer that hit my fucking crutches. And nobody told me until after he passed away. They said, man, whatever you do, don't tell Mark. And nobody never did. And I wouldn't have hurt Paul Bearer.
Nah, not Paul,
like,
not Paul.
I love Paul. I'd have been like, Paul, I'm gonna choke the shit out of you. Ooh, you wait till I get my hand. No, Mark. Oh, you don't want to do that. I got the Undertaker.
So what you're saying?
That's all it was, man.
You're
like
saying Sean didn't want the smoke.
Young and stupid, and
Sean didn't want the smoke. Nobody wanted the smoke.
And you know, I've talked to Sean about this shit. Like, shit, we talked about it at Evolution just recently. And he was like, you know, it wasn't even my fault. I said, I know it was Paul. I was like, you know, it's water under the bridge. I tell you what, there's not many people that I respect more than Sean, because I always loved his work and I was a big fan of his.
Yeah.
And the not only was I a fan of his, when he got saved, he became a different person.
This is true.
Like, he truly got saved. Like God fixed him, because the guy that I knew, that ain't the same person.
Yeah.
So, like, for anybody to have a problem with Shawn Michaels, you got a problem with me, because he one of my brothers in Christ. And I might be a clown sometimes and joke around too much, but when it comes to my faith, oh man, I die for my faith. And Sean will too. Right there beside me. Like, that dude is special, man.
Speaking of special, and I got to ask this because I found this picture today in research, and it is from Madison Square Garden. And it is you two, Owen Hart, special needs people.
Mm-hmm.
What does Owen mean to both of you?
Oh God,
Oh,
Mark, you go first. You go first.
I do not feel like crying.
Yeah, right.
I don't, bro.
Let's talk about the ribs then.
Like, I would rather talk about the ribs. Like, everybody that, like, Owen family, like, they know.
I'll put it like this. Even though Owen was older than all of us, he was everybody's baby brother.
Yep.
That's what Owen means to us. That's how he's family, and everyone would protect Owen. They would die before they let someone hurt Owen. That's what he means to us.
That would not be a wise decision to mess with him.
He's everybody's baby brother.
We got a great question.
I never heard nobody other than Brett threaten to do anything to Owen.
and Brett can, because Brett's really his brother.
That's his brother. They used to talk shit to each other all the time.
Yeah.
And it was all like sibling rivalry stuff. It wasn't malicious or mean. It was Owen would always say, I'm Dad's favorite. Like, why would you say that? You know that he's gonna get pissed. It was just like stuff like that.
Porter Blaze has a great question. What were Mark and D'Lo's favorite Owen Hart ribs?
Oh my God.
It's just too many to name.
The best one of all time. You can't top it. So he paid me $100 because he super glue. Oh, no, not super glue. He epoxy glued my shoes to the floor in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Like they used to, that they have the floors that's made like marble look like. He glued my shoes to those to the floor, and I'm trying to, and then I hear, and he over there sitting there acting like reading he got the newspaper like holding it up with both hands like this, like, and I pulled the newspaper down, and it was him, and he said, "What?" And I said, "Man, you did that, didn't you?" And he was like, "Bro, I just got here. I wasn't." Davey, he said that I did something. And I said, Davey said, "You probably did it." And he said, "Listen, I wasn't even in here." So that's Owen. He would always have this defense. Like, I didn't do it. I wasn't even here.
I didn't do it. I wasn't even there.
But the number one is the Godwins had this this first match called the pig pen match.
Slot bucket.
Slot, yep. And me and Owen was riding with me. So we pull up in the back and we park and we're walking in, dragging our bags. And about that time, a truck pulled up and a lady and a man jumped out and they were like, "Hey, excuse me. Do y'all know what are we supposed to do with all these animals? Because we brought the pig and chickens and a goat." And Owen said, I know where to go. And I went, "Man, what are you doing? You don't know where we just got here." He said, "Just follow me." And now I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with this. I don't want no heat. So I left and went to the locker room. Come to find out, what I heard, I didn't see none of this because I left. Owen took all those animals to Vince's office. He had them put in there, and he opened all the cages, and there's the chickens on the ceiling fan and goat laying on the couch.
And
Vince is very germaphobe.
Vince is germaphobe.
He
don't even like shaking hands.
Bro, it was and all you could hear, I mean, I remember sitting in catering and hearing, "Owen!" And Vince knew when he walked in that damn office and saw them animals shitting and hanging on everything that it was Owen that did it. He knew it. And it was not, and after a while he just started laughing. That was Owen. You couldn't get mad at him.
No, he couldn't.
D'Lo, what's your favorite Owen rib?
I bet you he got fined. He just never said nothing to me.
He probably
I would have fined him.
Said it
because the clean that office. We got fined for being late.
Yeah,
I still want The Rock to pay for all them fines.
He was always late. He didn't care.
Dwayne,
he can afford it.
If anybody that's families with Dwayne, because I haven't spoke to him in a couple of years, Dwayne, all of those $1,000 and $1,500 fines for you having to shave at the gym and having to go and eat your chicken pollo loco, whatever, like the chicken and rice. You remember you used to want to stop at the chicken and rice place?
Yes.
Like, I want that money back. It's nothing more than 10 grand probably, but still, the interest.
It's 10 grand more than I got.
Man,
just a couple shares.
That's a nice little vacation I can take my wife on.
Just give me 2 shares in 7. Give me 2 shares in $7. We'll be okay.
Wow,
that's
come on, man. That dude is almost a billionaire. 2% is woo.
Bro. We carried him for freaking 5 years. He can give us 2 shares.
Oh. Hey, D-Lo, I don't know if you remember or not, but between me, you, and the church fence, I'm 2-0 against him.
I knew it.
Never lost.
You did
on pay-per-view.
Never lost.
Bro.
I don't want no rematch.
Hey,
don't think that this is a ploy for him to get his comeback on me.
No.
He hit me now, I'm gonna call the police on his ass. Nobody better not touch me. I'm fragile now.
Mark's last match against The Rock.
It's a lot of fun. And if it wasn't for D-Lo, I wouldn't have won it.
But you know what? But we won it together.
Yeah, that was our achievement.
It's our win.
We can see everybody can say a lot of things. D-Lo, I've lived the life of Riley, and I know you have too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I've been a world champion in 3 sports. I've been in movies, TV shows, cartoons, voice. I was Adventure Bear in Pickle and Peanut.
No.
Yeah, man, go Google Pickle and Peanut. I did Flintstones, like I did all kind of cartoons, comic books. Man, I was on the cover of Vanity Fair, D-Lo. I ain't even a model.
But you big and sexy, Circle Chocolate.
You know what I'm saying? I done stuff that a little boy from Silsby shouldn't have been able to do. One of the things that I take the most pride in is me and D-Lo traveling up and down the highways, wrestling the best.
Yeah.
Not the middle of the card guys.
Mm-mm.
Not the young guys and the developmentals. The journeyman. We didn't touch them guys.
Mm-mm.
I wrestled Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Big Show. Man, I wrestled Bully Bob Armstrong. I'm wrestling the cream of the crop for 8 years. And I got to do it with D-Lo. And the learning curve for us was so fast.
Yeah, it was.
You only got one mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You got one. Man, what do you think would have happened if I would have hit Ric Flair and knocked his teeth out? Or if Stone Cold would have kicked D-Lo and gave him a stunner and it looked like shit.
Yep.
There would be no pay-per-view where he backdrops D-Lo on the hood of a car and busts a windshield out. That was not gimmicked.
No, it was not gimmicked. And it was my idea.
Real. Like, we got opportunity because of the quality of our work. You ask anybody that ever wrestled either one of us, you know what they're going to say? It was a night off.
Mm-hmm.
I was coming to the locker room the same way I went out.
Yep.
Here's a great statement in the chat. 2 of the best to do it, and they didn't have to sell their soul. Salute.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm glad that means somebody noticed and recognized.
That means a lot.
Didn't smoke, no hose, and we drove down the road and we made it to our destinations.
You guys did hang out with the Godfather, though, right?
I don't know who you talk about with no hope. Never mind. Pickle and Peanut. Pickle and Peanut.
Pickle and Peanut. That was me. Adventure Bear.
When you guys got to finally work against each other, with the Intercontinental, with the European title. What was that like?
The best time ever.
Yeah.
When D'Lo was champion, and then he handed me the European, and I never lost.
You never lost the European title?
I got injured and had to give it up.
Ah.
Undefeated.
I knew when Mark and I were working for the European title, it was two friends fighting for a belt that a year ago no one cared about.
Nobody cared about it.
It meant something for the hard work of all the guys who competed for it. When I remember being at house shows and they would announce the card and they would say, this person, and they would go for the European title and the crowd would pop like they were saying for the world championship.
Yeah.
And that was a product of us. And when I got to work with Mark for that belt, I remember Charlotte, North Carolina. Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yep. Raleigh.
We had our match then. It was Dr. Tom was our special guest ref because they thought Dr. Tom needed to be in there to help call the match.
Yeah.
And we didn't need him. We didn't need him.
On top of that match, my boots were not laced because this is the best story of all time. This is my favorite wrestling story of all time, and it's on the lowdown. Yoko told me, "Hey, go get me some chicken." So I went. I said, "Yoko, I got a match." He said, "You better hurry up." So I go get him a bucket of chicken from Bojangles. I come back and D'Lo is at Gorilla already. I can see Gorilla right in front of me because the back doors used to open up right to where Gorilla was, just like San Antonio. Just straight to, come on. I said, Mark Yaton was standing there. I said, here, give this to Yoko. I had Velcro. There was nobody that had Velcro rollover boots other than me. So all these wrestlers that got the you're welcome. That's a Mark Yaton design. I'm running to Gorilla. I'm blown up already. Music playing. I just almost choked. Bro, I was so adrenaline hyped up, carried me through the whole match.
That's what we're supposed to do for each other.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to do. And anytime I got to step in the ring with you, anytime I got to step in the ring with you as a partner or as an opponent, it was just two fat kids having fun.
D'Lo,
bottom line.
Is it true? Because I always wanted to ask you this.
Okay, go on.
I thought that you split your pants, but we had a match. We had a tag match. And you did a springboard leg drop on Road Dogg. Bang, hit him. And then you ran and tagged me, and you was holding your front and holding your back. And you ran to the back, and you said, man, I had to use the bathroom. Did you have to use the bathroom, or did you split your pants?
I split my pants. I know I had to go to the bathroom, but I split my pants.
I knew you had split your pants.
I split my pants. I
thought I saw a vanilla ass cheek.
Yeah, the little D'Lo was about to hang out, and I had to go take care of business.
You and Tommy Dreamer. I wrestled two guys, or wrestled with one and against one. Both of them split their pants. That's crazy.
Yeah,
things you find out on the lowdown with D'Lo Brown.
You know what? You know what? It's the stuff that has gone dodo bird that we're bringing back that no one ever knew about. So we're going behind the curtain now, ladies and gentlemen.
So you see that we had to find that match because D'Lo came out with a different color pants on.
Yes.
Was it a house show?
Was that a house show or TV?
It was probably a house show because TV I'd have done something different.
Okay.
it was house shows. TV, I would have figured a way around the TV because I don't think
I didn't think he was gonna come back. I was out there, man. Ooh.
I can actually hear Road Dogg being like, I don't think he's coming back.
You know, the Road Dogg would do that. He ain't coming back.
Road Dogg would probably, Billy, come in here and give me some relief.
Imagine their shock when Mark gets the beat on him for 10 minutes and I'm not there.
Where's D'Lo for the cutoff?
No, I made the tag to him after they both ran me into a pole outside and got
heat on you. They got heat on you, and I made it back for the comeback.
And then that was I may be the only time that you made the comeback, and
it's the only time I make the comeback because your job is to make the comeback.
Yeah, that was the only time. Wow, Mark, look at all this stuff that just came out.
Here we go, Mark. we got a great question from Instagram, a wrestling historian, Mr. Henry. Put some respect on his name, Mr. Henry. How long did it take you to be able to lift the Thomas Inch dumbbell?
1 year.
Wow. 1
calendar year. I went to the Arnold Classic in 2002, and that I'd never heard of it. But everybody kept saying, Mark, you've got to come and try to lift this dumbbell. Nobody's ever lifted it over their head. And maybe 5 or 6 people have picked it up off the ground. It's like Thor's hammer. I'm like, man, where's that? Show it to me, man. The first time I picked it up to my hip and was able to hold it. And everybody was like, oh, he lifted Thor's hammer. And I'm worthy. And then I put it down, and D'Lo know the kind of show off and ham that I am. Mm-hmm. I picked it up with my left hand. And put it down. And I was mad still because I tried to lift it over my head and I couldn't. And there's very few times in my life where I tried to lift something and it didn't go. And Arnold Schwarzenegger came up to me and he's like, hey, that was incredible. I can't believe it. You're a miracle of modern science. And I'm like, I'm gonna lift that shit over my head next year. I'm mad as hell. I'm hard. Everybody know that whenever I got angry, it was best to run or just let me have my own space. And I told them on TV, I said, next year, I'm gonna lift this over my head. The next year, right before the Arnold Classic, they had the Old Time Barbell Association dinner. And I chose to lift it there because all those old people that were 90, 80 years old, 100 years old, they knew who Thomas Inch was, or they had heard of him as a young man. And for me to lift it there meant more to them than it would, it was videoed. Everybody was going to see it. And like I had people crying, coming up to me going, you did it. I can't believe it. Like it'll never be done again. And here we are, almost 35 years later, and it still haven't been done. Wrap your brain around that.
That's crazy. Is that your going to the Olympics has got to be obviously, up there, but is that one of your like greatest achievements in lifting?
It's one of them. It's one of them. John Davis, I idolized. Norbert Szymanski, I idolized. And they lifted the Apollon's wheel. And Adolf Apollon lifted it, but nobody was around in 1880 or whenever that was.
Sure.
So when I went to the Arnold, and they said one of the events was going to be something that everybody deemed to be harder than the inch, was lifting that, but 2 people or 3 people had lifted it. And I said, well, I'm going to lift it 3 times. I'm going to lift it for 1 time for everybody that ever lifted it before. And my coach was like, hey, how about we just focus on just lifting it 1 time, Mark? I mean, you just lift it 1 time and you make history, buddy. And I said, nah, Terry, I'm gonna lift it 3 times. I lifted it 3 times in the same consecutively, right after each other. And I traveled all over the world trying to lift and do everything. And I wasn't allowed to do some things. There's some stuff that McCaskill's anchor. There was a 7-foot something, 500-pound Andre, the giant looking guy from Halifax, Nova Scotia, that lifted this 760-pound anchor. It's in a museum. I wanted to lift it. They wouldn't take it out of the museum and let me lift it. I went to England and lifted the Denny stones. I was in South Africa. I lifted the Africa stone. It's a smooth Africa-shaped stone. A lot of people saw Bill Kazmaier and John Paul Sigmarsson lift it back in the 80s. Like I lifted it. I just took a lot of pride in traveling all over the world, trying to lift all the things that people said couldn't be done, or people said they had been done. I did rock over squats and different things that just was kind of abstract. It was strongman, but it was me playing with my toys.
Right.
And like the inch is the one that I'll probably be known the most for because of the legend of it, and it still haven't been done. But I think that the Apollon wheels 3 times in a row, that'll never be done again either.
Speaking of never being done again, do we ever see another Hall of Pain, do you think?
For who?
Anybody.
Jacob.
Man, Jacob more likely to be sex with chocolate than
This is true. I've seen him play that we were in Vegas. I seen him. Yeah, he closer to sexual chocolate. You're right.
Jacob think he pretty, man. Jacob think he is pretty.
Did you see him with Charlemagne?
Charlemagne the God?
Uh-huh.
No, I didn't see it.
So he asked him, he's like, what's the only thing you can't beat? He said, I don't know. He said, how many kids you got? He said, 7. He said, oh, so you don't lose the condoms either. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Wow.
Speaking of good.
That's pretty quick.
We got your poll results. What is the highlight of Mark Henry's career? Coming in 3rd is Sexual Chocolate. Tied for 1st and 2nd, winning the world title, and the John Cena retirement swerve. So, Mark, what's your highlight of your career?
I would have to say that, no disrespect to Randy Orton, because that was my favorite match. That was a championship match. But what I did with Cena, I should have won an Emmy minimum, and I should have borderline won an Oscar, because I knew that was happening for around 6 months. And I had 6 months to prepare mentally for that role. And I lied to everybody. Everybody that knows me, I told them I'm done. My wife thought that I was retiring.
I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you. I was mad at you because you texted me that afternoon and said, bruh, you're part of everything I've been through. I need you to watch a show tonight because I'm going to go out there and say something. So I'm like oh man, Mark's going to retire. He's going to give his retirement speech. Let's sit down. And I'm sitting there watching, and I'm starting to get a tear because I'm seeing, I know Mark. Yes, because I know Mark. I know his body language. So I'm going, he ain't working here. I see Mark, and boom, and I said, "The hell with you, Mark Henry."
If we had more time, I would go in there and charge my one of my old phones, and the only reason I keep that phone is because of the message that Big Show left me. Because Big Show is my brother like D-Lo, and he was hurt and at home at the time. And when I told him that I was that I was retiring, he was like, damn it, man, I just really hate I can't be there. And I was like, yeah, man, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's hurting me. I can't talk to you right now, man. I can't. And then I hung up the phone and laughed my ass off. And so I finished, and I get back to the locker room, and I'm looking at my phone because I wanted to talk to my wife because I knew she was going to be half mad, but half happy.
Yeah.
Too. And the first call at the top was Paul. Dude. Hey, motherfucker, when I see you, I'm going to knock all your teeth out. You lying son of a bitch. I'm sitting here on the couch with my wife crying and shit, and then you go do that. It's the best message. Like, I used to listen to it just to bring light to my soul. Like, he loved me, and he was so mad that I lied to him. He was like, bro, what you do that for? You could have told me. I said, but you wouldn't have been entertained. No, I'm going to kick your ass.
D-Lo, what was your reaction?
You mother... I can't believe you.
My ass too.
I wanted to kick his ass, and I told him about it every time I saw him for like the next year. I was like, you lying mother... Don't you work me like that. Don't send me a text message telling me you're going to retire and you working me too.
Hey, bro, the Arsenio Hall show was a thing, right? Arsenio Hall said something about me retiring. I was on the ESPN ticker. It's like I got to see what it's going to be like when I die. How people gonna lose their shit when I die. And I know it's going to be real because I was real to them.
True that.
Like, that's the immortality of wrestling is the thing that everybody should aspire to. Like, you get, man, here I am talking about Ernie Ladd, and he's been gone for over 15 years, 20 years. Like, he's going to live forever. That's the way I feel like about us. Like, people will know, as long as there is wrestling and this world is still rotating the same way that it does, they're going to know we lived in this planet. I would like to stay here and talk to y'all forever, but I got to go pick up my daughter. She has called me 3 times. Practice is over. Where are you? Go
get her. Go get JoJo. Go get her.
Mr. Henry, thank you for joining us tonight. Let's do this again soon because we got a lot more questions to get to.
Oh, man, we still got another 30 minutes at least.
Mark, and on the down low, I love you, and I appreciate you being on here. And I'm glad. I'm glad.
You said on the down low?
On the down low, you know,
on the low
down. On the low down.
Low down. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I was confused.
And I'm glad people get to see how we are together, because this is more entertaining than we ever were in front of the camera, and we was damn good entertaining in front of the camera.
Oh yeah. I'm proud of our legacy, bro. And there's a lot of wrestlers today that get to do comedy, that get to do serious. You told me in the car, there ain't no way they're going to let you call yourself sexual chocolate.
Nope.
Remember that?
I do. I said, you out of your damn mind if you're going to pitch that
about
idea.
This idea. I told D-Lo the idea for sexual chocolate, and he said, are you out your mind? You can't
say your ever-loving mind.
You can't say that. D-Lo.
I was wrong. I
said it.
I was wrong. Love you, Mark.
Love you too, brother.
Mr. Henry, thank you so much for coming on the lowdown with us. Go get your daughter, and we'll see you again soon.
All right, boys.
Thank you, sir. D-Lo, what a conversation with one of the best dudes.
And Mark, the thing about Mark is you got to know it's just free-flowing conversation. It goes from one thing to the next. You just have to sit back and relax, and Mark will entertain.
I don't think I've ever laughed that hard during anything. And we thank everyone for joining us. We got some questions I want to get to real quick, D-Lo, before we run.
Of course.
Where was it? No, we already hit. No, that was from Mark. All right, so here it is. Who or what inspired you to do the frog splash as your finisher from Sea Fluid?
See, Fluid, here's the thing. It was in old global championship wrestling, there was a tag team called Los Gringos Locos, made up of Eddie Guerrero and a guy named Art Barr. And both Eddie Guerrero and Art did a frog splash, and Eddie did the one that he made famous in WWF. And Art Barr, I mimicked his version of it. So my version of the frog splash is the Art Barr frog splash, and that's where it came from.
This was for both of you, so I'm just going to ask you this question, gray shirt guy. Were any of the wrestlers in the locker room hesitant to play into the racial aspect of the storylines, assuming he's referring to the Nation of Domination timeframe?
I think there was no one who outwardly said anything negatively. It was just about, I know if I'm involved with the Nation, we're going to be in a good spot. So I'm in a good spot on TV. Let's just go have fun, and I can work around whatever. So there was no one who came out and said, man, we're not going to touch the racial third rail.
I honestly don't think I've laughed that hard in such a long time.
That's nothing. That is nothing.
We
get us sitting down on a stage and just talking for 2 hours, and you'll be laughing.
We hope one day to have that happen here on the Lowdown. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Of course, Mr. Henry, follow him. He has so much going on. It's kind of crazy.
Yes.
At the Mark Henry, he's at D'Lo Brown 75, and I'm at Derek Sabato, and we are out of time here on the Lowdown. We will be back next week. Will we have another guest? Will Mark Henry join us again? Will it be somebody else? Stay tuned. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, turn on notifications next time we go live here on the Lowdown with D'Lo Brown. And you better recognize we're going to keep coming to you every week right here on podcastheatwrestling.com. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Have a great night.